Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Jack reels as Billy spills Cain's grand plan, and Victor proposes an unlikely alliance. Friday, August 8, 2025. Today on The Young and the Restless, Adam wants Chelsea to pick a side, Phyllis cozies up to Cain, and later pushes Billy's buttons. Chelsea greets Adam at Crimson Lights, where they go over Connor's OCD and how great it is that he feels normal now. Adam remarks that things don't feel normal at work. His father wants to make someone's life a living hell. Chelsea learns that Victor is going after Cain, and someone could get caught in the crossfire. Adam breaks the news that Billy may be aligning himself with Cain, not only against their family, but his own as well. Victor witnessed them put their heads together in France. This is not a war Billy can win. Somebody has to call his bluff. He might know what Cain is up to. Adam warns that Billy is part of an attack on their family, and Victor has no choice but to deal with that threat. Chelsea concedes that Victor has the right to defend himself and go after Cain, but she'll need proof that Billy's involved before she signs off on an attack on her ex. Apparently she's running the show at Newman Media. Adam's not sure how he would get proof. He has to strike preemptively. Chelsea thinks she can get Billy to be honest with her. She can be a voice of reason for her ex and convince him not to resort to subterfuge. Adam's irked that she always comes to her ex's defense. She's not seeing him for who he really is. Billy's out for blood. Cain and Phyllis do a dance at the ranch. Victor calls Cain and mocks him for wanting to go to bed early. "Come and see me at the ranch tonight." In Cain's suite, he hands Phyllis a drink and she wants to know their next move. He says curiosity killed the cats. She quips that she's already used up her 9 lives. Cain toasts to an exciting and unexpected collaboration. Sipping, Phyllis compliments Cain's Negroni and they discuss her journey to connect with him. He remarks that he's definitely drawn to her assets. They spar verbally about manipulation, and Phyllis warns that no one plays her and gets away with it. She's been used too many times. Cain questions her about honesty and she balks. Cain assures her she's passed his test, but warns he'll continue to challenge her every single step of the way. Phyllis gets why Cain is reluctant to trust anyone. She mentions Billy firing her, and Cain says the abbot will have his own tests to pass. Phyllis asks if Cain trusts anyone. Cain says his father taught him the core of any con is trust. This is about him giving her his. She asks if he's conning her right now, then decides they want something from each other. Cain says they'll have to trust one another. Phyllis asks which poor soul they'll give their confidence to first. Cain gives her a cheeky grin. They agree this is going to be fun. When Cain alludes to her as an employee, she's offended. He warns her to stay in her lane. She doesn't do that business jargon. Let's do real talk. Cain wants her to use her computer skills to hack into Jabot's servers. How about Newman Enterprises, Chancellor, Winters? Phyllis asks what they'll do when they get inside. He smiles. "We're going to do a little shopping." Phyllis asks what's on Cain's shopping list. He'll give her the details once they're inside. Now, he has a meeting with Victor. Phyllis asks if he wants her to accompany him. Cain doesn't think he'd appreciate it. It's at the ranch. Phyllis warns him to be careful. Cain says he won't underestimate him. Will Billy spill Cain's secret? Billy arrives at Society, where Jack's seated at the bar, puzzled that he hasn't heard from Cain about a buyout yet. Jack asks if Billy's had a change of heart and admits he's a little bit hurt by his brother. Billy confesses that he hasn't yet decided about moving ahead with the buyout. Jack prods to find out what's going on with his brother, and asks if he's met with Cain. Billy tells him their meeting was derailed by Jill. He reveals that she knew Cain was Dumas. He doesn't think she was aware before she sold Chancellor to Victor. Jack learns the conversation didn't go well. She's upset that he didn't reach out about Chance, but he thought it was up to Cain given he was responsible. It's an untenable situation, Jack. Jack can see this weighing, and asks how Jill found out about Cain's alias. Billy chuckles that she went to the chateau to visit Colin on his deathbed. He bellyaches about his mother choosing Cain over him, and Billy continues the pity party, complaining about Jill connecting with conman Colin and not him. Talk turns to John Abbott briefly before Billy complains that Cain's taken over his mother's life again. Jack can see this is tearing him up. Billy will still do what he needs to do. He'll get Chancellor back with or without Cain. Jack senses he knows Cain's plan. Billy does. And things in Genoa City are about to get very ugly. Billy warns Cain is making big moves. He's not just targeting Jabot and Chancellor, he also wants Newman and Winters. Jack reels. Billy says he's going to wrap everything up under one umbrella. Using a Cain/Train euphemism, Jack says they'll have to derail his plans. Billy warns he's not alone, he has a soldier cheering him on. It's Phyllis. Jack rants about Cain having the money and audacity to make this play. Jack wonders why he'd tell Billy that Jabot is a target. Billy says he gave him one really good reason not to. If that conversation hadn't gone as badly as it did with Jill, he might have kept him in the dark. Jack fumes, please tell me I am wrong. Tell me you would not sell out Jabot and your family to get Chancellor back. Will Victor sway Cain? At the ranch, Cain admires the rebuild, but all Victor wants to know is if he's given any thought to the proposal he made to him in Nice. Cain states, you want to know if I need your help taking over Jabot. Cain reminds Victor that he said he only wants Chancellor. Victor doesn't believe him and knows he's bought up a bunch of real estate. Cain says he can't be upset with him about that, but he might be upset about Nicky wanting to trade him. Chancellor for Nick's freedom. Victor, taken off guard but not showing it, says it was a bad move. Cain shrugs, it was worth a try. Victor wants him to focus on taking Jabot, not Chancellor. He'll put his weight behind it, and together they'll crush the Abbotts. Phyllis pushes Billy's buttons back at society. Billy tells Jack he didn't tell Cain to go to hell. He had to consider the options. Jack can't believe he thought selling out Jabot was an option. Billy tells his brother he'll never go against their family. Jack's relieved to hear that and urges Billy to tell Cain he's in. With him on the inside, they can protect their families. He'll remain the investor in Abbott Communications. Jack is sorry about his rift with Jill. Billy realizes Jack always has his back. Billy told Cain he could buy Jack out. Jack will handle that. They'll bring Cain down from the inside. Phyllis appears and Billy tells her he was just telling Jack about his conversation with Jill. Jack hustles out of there. Phyllis needles Billy that she got the feeling he was selling Cain out. Billy insists he's Team Cain. She says Cain doesn't want him anymore, he doesn't think Billy can commit. He also has mommy issues. Phyllis claims Cain asked her to tell Billy the offer is off the table. She explains that the leadership team can't have a weak link. Billy thinks she took advantage of the situation when he left the suite. Is this payback for letting her go? Phyllis sneers her denial. Billy reminds her that he saved her life in the clinic. She says Nick did. Billy asks if she'll repay him by taking over his family's company. She informs him it's over and he's out. Billy snaps, we'll see. She smirks as he takes off. Chelsea's crossroads at Crimson Lights. Adam tells Chelsea that Billy has bad intentions. He lied to everyone that he had moved on from Chancellor, but it's not true. This is all about payback. It's time to let go of her devotion to him and side with her family.